The football gurus are back. We're here to tell you about your favorite big name players that are not going to do good at all this year for the most part and most likely. So I know we're probably going to hurt some feelings, but that's what we're here for because we want you to win instead of lose. So let's get on with it. Who do you have first, Nick?
Mine's gonna be an obvious one for sure.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with your boy Mike Evans.
Yeah, that's completely
I,
fine.
I mean, what we've seen from Baker Mayfield in preseason, past seasons, and everything else. I'll just say it's simple. There is no Tom Brady over there, so you're gonna end up. I mean, it matters also where you get these guys. I feel anything after the sixth, seventh round, like at least the sixth round, it's kind of not a bust anymore because everybody's taking risks.
Yeah,
But when you're going further up and there's valued players there, other teams' number one receivers, I don't really want to take Mike Evans with my pick, knowing that the guy throwing him that ball is definitely going to be questionable if he can even get the ball to him.
yeah. And to piggyback off that, I'm also going to say Chris Godwin because I don't trust anybody over there at all. But I'm gonna also piggyback a little bit more off of what you're saying. I'm gonna go with anybody on the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. I don't
Ooh.
trust anything over there this season. Jimmy G is made of glass, gonna get hurt. I don't see anything happening. Waller's not there anymore, so he's lucky. But Josh Jacobs also having his little, bitch fit about wanting out and wanting more money and all that kind of stuff. I don't trust anything over there at all. So I'm sorry, all you Raiders fans, but I don't see any of them having any potential for fantasy this year.
Yeah, like to piggy on what you said, I mean, as Devontae Adams is moving up on a lot of people's boards still early,
Mm-hmm.
and I can understand his talent as a receiver of why you want to get him. But like you said, Josh Jacobs, we don't know what's going on. Jimmy Garoppolo is your quarterback. It's like,
Yeah,
let's sit there with that. I don't want any problems of that sort when I can go get somebody else that can
yeah,
produce or get better or because if you get Devontae High, which I know his value is in what first round,
yeah,
usually second,
yeah.
and you miss on that, that is a big blow to your team.
If it were me, I would personally, if he's on the board and I have a late pick, go for him for the first, just so I can try and trade him before the season starts and let somebody else deal with the dumpster fire and see what I can get for it. But that's about all I can see happening. He's obviously going to be the wide receiver one over there, but I don't have the faith in him, and I don't have the time to invest in him. Hopefully working out for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um, for me as a player that's a bust, and I don't want to say too much of a bust because I do see him still being very quality receiver. I just think of where people are going to pick him at. I don't want him at that spot. Is going to be Debo Samuel,
that was gonna be my very next one. I
and
was
I
gonna say, yeah,
you go.
okay. I was gonna say, with them, the addition of Christian McCaffrey over there, I don't see Debo Samuel's having that great of a year as he has in the past few because he doesn't have to run anymore. They're not
Yeah,
going to use him in the run game anymore like that because they have Christian McCaffrey. As long as he can stay healthy, Debo's kind of useless unless they're going for him as a wide receiver, and that just doesn't seem like he's going to do too great as. He's one of those utility players where he does multiple things and that's what he's good at. But if he has to stick to just one, it's not really going to work out for him, I don't think.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we forget that McCaffrey got there later, so
Yeah.
all that production was done in the beginning, and
Hmm.
you want to keep Debo healthy for the playoffs. So yeah, you're gonna push him down a bit, which is he overvalued and at where he's going to get drafted probably.
Yeah.
Um, Another guy, and I'm I haven't been drafting him. We know running backs go hot commodity all the time. A guy that's been on my radar though is Kenneth Walker from Seattle.
Okay.
And I
That's
only
interesting.
say because he's battling a groin injury. We know how injuries with groin injuries work with them,
Yeah.
but also the fact that knowing that Gino played the way he did last year, where he threw the ball mainly, it kind of gives me that feeling where it's like, okay, I know what you can do now. from other teams. So it kind of puts me with that offense as I'm hesitant with. I'm putting Kenneth Walker's name there, but if I'm hesitant with the whole offense as a whole of Geno, DK, Tyler,
Yeah,
for me, because the league knows what you're doing. Your teams and your divisions got better a bit, and as in Denver, quote unquote, hopefully. But I just think that with the way that Kenneth Walker's that groin injury is going to be something that lingers with him the rest of the season, and as we know with running backs, they go down, they
yep,
rest, take a few days, and you get them back, but it's bye week, and I don't
yeah,
want to do with that.
yeah. Uh, I'm gonna go with another running back. I'm gonna say J.K. Dobbins.
Mm.
So I don't. I, they have a new offense running this year, and the past few years, the main running they've been doing was with Lamar,
Yeah.
and I feel this year with them being able to pass more, and that's what they're going to go for. I don't see J.K. Dobbins having that high of a anything right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say J.K. Dobbins for sure is a stay away. Plus, he's also injury prone as well, and anytime he gets hurt, he's always out for multiple weeks. So yeah, J.K. Dobbins for sure. I'm gonna stay far away from. We did a draft the other day, and even the auto draft wouldn't pick him. Remember,
Yes.
J.K.
Yeah.
Dobbins stayed on the board for 6 rounds before he finally got taken.
Um, Mine for he's a big name guy, but I do, and I know I said outside of the six, but I have been seeing him going quite a lot earlier, and I think it's just by his name, Odell Beckham.
Yep.
I get it. It's you're hyped about what he's done in his career and everything, but you take a step back of what this offense does, who these weapons are. I mean, being realistically, we know who is the number one receiver there, and it's pretty much Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to go into a receiver room, you have Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. I mean, it's not just Odell. I get the hype of the name. He's going to be very good for him. But for some of you guys and gals are drafting this guy at, it's gonna. You better hope he is New York Giants Odell Beckham at best, because
You better hope he does not get hurt.
yes,
That's what it is. That's my main concern with him. But yeah. Um, I'm also gonna go with Zeke, man. Like I don't trust Zeke. Like I get it. He got signed to the Patriots. That's great. Ramondre Stevenson is still gonna be the number one over there.
yeah,
Because you have to think about it this way. He didn't even have that many touchdowns last year, and he was still putting up double digits all the time just from his passing or his catching game alone. Like so I don't have any issues with Ramondre Stevenson still being high up on the board because at the end of the day, his pass catching is going to take him further along than Zeke is because Zeke's probably just going to be a red zone threat and snake some touchdowns. But I think Ramondre Stevenson had 6 touchdowns last year, so
yeah.
I don't see him taking anything from him.
Uh, I'll give one more for my list. Miles Sanders for the Panthers.
Okay.
Um, I get it, the hype behind his quarterback. I get the hype of everything. He's a RB2 from what they're putting him as, but I kind of rate him as a low RB2, not almost missing RB1, even though he is quote unquote the starter and everything. I just seeing that O line produce what it did in preseason. I get it's preseason, but that's their starting O line. I have no faith in any running back on that team to get
Yeah.
any holes of production at all. And it's nothing against you, Miles Sanders, completely, but your O line is not going to be the best, and I don't want to be a part of that in any form.
Yeah. I completely on your side with that one right there. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it up again, and I'm gonna say Jonathan Taylor
Mm,
as my last one with a rookie quarterback there who's mobile, and him saying he wants out and all this stuff. I don't have the faith in having Jonathan Taylor on my team. I was the biggest Jonathan Taylor supporter for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And I lost all faith with him after this past, few weeks. So we've seen what happens when you have a mobile quarterback on your team. Your running back's almost non-existent. Like we just said, Ravens, like we just said with Miles Sanders, he was on Philly with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a mobile quarterback. You see what happens. So yeah, I don't have faith with Jonathan Taylor unless he goes to another team where he's gonna shine. So until then, sorry, Jonathan Taylor, but you're gonna have to be away from my rankings right now. Yeah. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I mean, good luck to whoever drafted Josh Jacobs, and you get to deal with that headache before the season starts. Other than that,
I have one last honorable mention.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Christian Watson.
Hmm.
He's so inconsistent. 1 week he's great, 2 weeks he's not. 1 week he's decent, 1 week he's awful. But that was with Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. Now he's got Jordan Love. I don't see him doing a thing over there at all. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to tell you right now, Aaron Jones is going to be the number one person for production on that team this year. I know you're not that high of an Aaron Jones fan right now, but that's just the way it's going to be. So anybody,
I'm not high on the Packers this year.
I know I'm not at all either, but Aaron Jones is going to have to be the only person doing anything over there because Jordan Love is not going to get the ball to anyone.
So we're going to find out. It's only, 2-3 more weeks away?
Yeah.
Fantasy football fans, make sure you subscribe to the network. We got you covered on a lot more fantasy content coming up.
Yeah.
You can join us every Sunday morning, 8 in the morning, Central Time. Sundays to get your lineup locked in. We're here on YouTube. We're here on TikTok. Drop your questions down below. You can follow our Facebook where we'll be doing more than likely some breaking content on who's playing, who's missing out, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Be sure go buy some Monkey Cult coffee. Use code BYU10, save you 10% at checkout on your whole order. That's what's going to be pushing us to get all this stuff for you at 8 a.m. on Sundays. We're trying to be the first ones to help everybody out before anything. So make sure you go support him and support us.
Much love, guys. Good luck in your drafts. We are out of here.
Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.